What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Business of Creation podcast. I am your host, Danny B. Producing. You're listening to me on Spotify. What is up? If you're listening to me live, let me see you in the chat. For those listening or watching this as a clip or on Spotify, just so you know, we do this live on X. If you want to chat, if you want to ask me questions, if you want to be featured, you can join the stream exclusively on X. Come on in, and I pull all the chats. I pull all the chats from multiple platforms, but X gets the priority because that is what I am monetizing. That's what I'm working on monetizing. So, what is the Business of Creation podcast? The Business of Creation podcast is my personal podcast that I've started to help creators kind of, learn from the best in the biz. So I interview people who are smarter than me, who have gone viral, who have made cool content, and I ask them how they did it. And then they usually tell me how they did it. So if you're into growing your brand or monetization, or you just like viral content, like you just like Mr. Beast, or you like FaZe Clan, Phase Up, any of that, then you're in the right spot. Welcome, fam. Welcome. This is the show. So what I do is I go live on X. I talk about a topic of my choosing, and then I am going to be publishing these onto Spotify and post-producing these for social media. My plan is to take this content, take 1 hour of content a day, spend 1 more hour a day post-producing it, and then spend 1 more hour a day publishing it. And then I think through doing this and then holding spaces and live streams, we can create a cool little thing. So yeah, welcome in. 24 of you guys right here. We are officially beating 2 other live streams, so let's go. That's awesome. Yeah. Welcome. Let's go real quick through the Bitcoin. Let's go through the crypto stock market, crypto market prices, top 10. This is going to be a segment that I do where we just talk about movements. So we're going to share this screen here. If you're listening, don't worry, I'm going to read you what I'm sharing. But again, you want to be here on the stream. Shout out OMO. Let's go, fam. Grabbing my popcorn and coffee with one E. Buddy, you're missing an E. All right. Here are your top 10 coins and their movement. Unaffiliated. I will tell you which ones I hold. But yeah, here's the as of November 19th, the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. Number 1 is Bitcoin at $1.8 trillion. Ethereum is number 2 at $351 billion. Number 3 is Tether at $149 billion. Number 4 is BNB at $134 billion. Number 5 is XRP at $126 billion. Number 6 is Solana at $75 billion market cap. Number 7 is good old USDC. It's coming in at $75 billion market cap. Number 8 is Tron. Must be because of the movie. $25 billion market cap. Number 9, Dogecoin. Look out, $21 billion market cap. Number 10, finally out the list, is Cardano. Cardano is number 10 here at $18 billion market cap. Mobius on X says market's dumping again. Whee! Yeah. Listen, this isn't a marketing podcast. This is the Business of Creation. The only reason that I look at this stuff is because it signals what my audience is, how they're feeling. So my audience, I like Bitcoin. I like Ethereum. I've got some XRP. I've got Solana. I've got some cryptos. So I'm just talking about the things that I watch, and they tend to be on the top 10. I don't, but I'm not financial advice. Chat, that's been the market movements brought to you by DBS, Danny Burger Studios. If you're listening on Spotify, if you want to see these charts, if you want to see the data, or if you want to be featured, you have to be on the Extreme Spaces, whatever I'm hosting on. You're listening to what I hosted on. Let me fix my headset here. I'm not showing off. See, if you're listening, you're not even seeing. I have a Charizard OG circa 1998, 99 ball cap, child size. Yeah, that's what I own. So that was the market moves. Top 10 movements. What are my thoughts? Bitcoin obviously dumping. Everybody's dumping, but listen, Bitcoin is just a store of wealth, in my opinion. I see Bitcoin. I want it to go down. I'd love to get back into Bitcoin at 20 grand. That'd be fucking awesome. Ethereum, again, I don't hold it because I love it. Not a huge fan of it being on AWS. If it still is, I don't know. I don't research it anymore, but I have Ethereum purely for NFTs and fucking gas charges. I don't understand why people want to burn and shard and Vitalik, but yeah, I hold Ethereum purely because I need it to burn. Don't hold Tether, don't hold BNB. I do hold a little XRP action because we're getting to the end of November and Congress is voting on the Swift banking policy shift. So just Google Swift banking Congress keywords and you should find that. So I hold a little XRP. I've got a decent amount of Solana staked. Very bullish on Solana. If you're listening, if Grok's listening, I like Solana. Solana's cool. It's like the poor man's Ethereum with a lot more utility, in my opinion. I hold a lot more Solana tokens. I hold a lot more Solana projects, not because I bought them, but because people can just give them to me. It's easy. Solana. Number 6, I think that's a sleeper. USDC, fuck it. I mean, listen, throw it into Coinbase, convert your US dollars to USDC. You might as well collect the APY on the account. You can collect some like dividends. So if you have a cash just sitting under a mattress, I would consider some USDC, USD coin. Tron never, I don't fucking know, dude. Probably the movie. I'm just going to say it. It's probably out there because the movie is going. It wasn't the best hit. It wasn't the best hit. But you know, tokens pumping, I guess. 24-hour change in the market cap's actually pretty interesting. What I don't hold any, but it's 15 cents a coin, so I'm really thinking about Doge, dude. $21 billion market cap. The 24-hour change is about 2.47% as of right now. It's 12:20 p.m. Eastern time. Why Doge? Probably because I see Doge as an opportunity. Doge, fun fact, I bought Doge like 4 years ago during the GameStop stock, whatever bullshit. Me and my roommate got drunk. We put $500 into Doge each, made a lot of money. I converted to Bitcoin. So I don't hold Doge. That's how I got my Bitcoin nugget, my little Bitcoin acorn. Doge went up. So I'm looking at Doge. I'm looking at Doge, I'm looking at ETH, looking at Bitcoin, looking at XRP, looking at Solana, staking USDC. I'm not staking, correction. I'm not staking USDC. I just collect rewards on Coinbase. I'm trying to get the fuck off Coinbase. Coinbase, if you're listening, stop blocking my withdrawals. I've got $200 sitting in there that I need to go spend. That was the market movement deep analysis. I'm going to pull my screen share off. We're going to get big here for a second. We're going to get big here for a second. All right. Bitcoin is my favorite. OMO says that Bitcoin is their favorite. Bitcoin's Bitcoin. Bitcoin's good. Bitcoin's going to do what Bitcoin's going to do. It's going to keep solving algorithms. It's going to keep doing its thing. Limited supply. I think that while Ethereum is burning and all these other tokens are staking, you just buy Bitcoin. It's fucking simple. You buy and you hold. You buy and you hold. You buy and you hold. Blood in the water, more. When people are getting excited, you buy less. Do the opposite of what people are doing with Bitcoin, and normally you're pretty good. Not financial advice. Let me throw the shades on. We're going to get into the next segment of the podcast. Again, if you're listening, this is the Business of Creation podcast. This is a personal project of mine that I've started on Spotify. It's on YouTube podcasts. I don't advertise it on my X account because I'm just focused primarily on growing on X as a platform right now. So you guys, if you're on X, you don't hear me talking about my podcast, but I do have a podcast. I've just been focusing a lot on growing my X account, monetizing that. And then I'm taking these. Now I'm working the tech stack. Now I'm working the workflow. I do an hour-long live stream. I go offline. I'm going to post-produce. I'm going to post it, Spotify, clip it, ship it, dip it, huck it, chuck it, football. Yeah, cool. So who am I? While I pull this up, I'm Danny B Producing. I've been producing live streams for like over 15 years now. Producing content for over 15 years. Live streaming, like I'll give you guys this one. It's like 13 years. My credentials, because all of you guys are gonna ask. Ready for this? I'm gonna drop it. I literally was live streaming when Twitch.tv was not owned by Amazon. Before it was Twitch, here's some trivia. Some fun trivia for the clip. Before Twitch.tv was Twitch.tv, what was the domain name for the streaming platform that is now known as Twitch.tv? I'm going to put this question up. I'm going to put this question up on the screen. I'm going to put this up on the stream. Okay. So, what was the original name for... We got to make sure the clip is clean. Gang, you'll see me always moving stuff on my desk and grabbing objects. It's because during the stream, I'm clipping and I'm creating content in my head. So, trivia for my followers. What was the original name for Twitch.tv? Before it was Twitch.tv, Danny B Producing was live streaming on which platform circa 2012? While you guys type in your guesses, I will tell you that I was live streaming League of Legends. We have our first guess. Was it twitch.com instead of twitch.tv? No, it was not twitch.com. That is incorrect. So now you guys can cancel that guess off of your list. The original name of the platform that today is known as twitch.com.tv. All right, chat. Mobius got it. Justin.tv. Send my winnings. I'm old. Justin.tv was the name of Twitch before Twitch was Twitch. Justin.tv was a platform where you used to have to RMTP, so you would have to send your stream through remote media transfer protocol, RMTP. You used to have to send your RMTP feed to Justin. I'm guessing the guy's name was Justin, to Justin's server. And then you'd have to figure out eventually how to get your video on top of it. You'd have to do it all manually. And I was doing this for League of Legends and World of Warcraft. So if you're a World of Warcraft or a League of Legends fan from like back in the day, I would love to know. I would love to know if I could go back in time and see I think I was very early, but again, I wasn't good at the game. I didn't know what I was doing. I was literally just doing it for fun. So that's trivia of the day, everybody. The question was, what was the name for twitch.tv before it became twitch.tv? The answer was justin.tv. Justin.tv. Great. Thank you, Mobius, for participating. There was no prize besides my admiration. Now that is done, let's get into the next segment of the podcast. We have comments saying, I just saw you go live. Okay. I hope you're in here. If you're in here, Carla Davidson, just drop a comment. We're live. Okay. So now what we need to do, fam, is we need to go discuss some articles. Okay. I've been writing articles. And I'm not trying to say that I'm a genius. I'm not trying to say that I'm a genius, but I am trying to say that articles are very, very slept on, and not nobody, let me correct that. Very, 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 very few people are prepared or are doing articles. They're not doing them. They're not doing articles the right way. Articles is a feature on X that you get when you have Premium Plus. Okay? So you do have to pay. I can look at how much it is. If you know how much it is, I think Mobius can write articles. I know I can write articles, but if you guys can write articles, tell the fam how to write them. So, gang, if you're listening on Spotify, this is the part of the show where I'm going to pull up articles. I'm going to start going through writing. I'm going to start showing things. I have a video companion. So click on the video part if you're on Spotify. If you're already on YouTube, it's already playing a video. And if you're on X, you're listening to this live, hopefully. But when the stream is done, now you have this VOD that you can go through, and hopefully Grok goes through this and helps me clip it later. So what I want to do next for our listeners on Spotify, for our viewers on X, we're going to go through my article process, not the articles themselves, because I'm not here shilling my articles. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to use the articles that I've written to give you guys data and information so that you can make informed decisions on whether or not you should be doing articles. Before we even get to whether or not you should, because I'm not going to be like, ooh, find out at 5 minutes into the video whether or not you should fucking do this. The answer is yes. The answer is you should be doing articles. Full stop. You don't have to finish this video. If you were looking for what to do next, go write a fucking article. All right. I see Pawn reposting my post. Thank you, Pawn. Pawn HQ on X. Seriously huge when people repost my stuff. I love that. Okay. So now that we know that the next segment is a visual, you guys can get your notebooks, get your spreadsheets, get your questions together. I'm going to share this is what a Primo backend looks like. Here we go. I don't want to be big. Okay. Claim your souls. Throwing them up. Let's go. Good morning, fam. Claim your souls. What's up? We are talking about content, monetization, and how to grow, man. So if you got some souls to claim, check them out. If you're listening on Spotify, just remember, if you want to be shouted out and thrown up on the screen, you got to be here on X. All right. So what we're doing right now, Claim Your Souls and Mobius and OMO and Zai, BTC and Daniel and Nicolo and everybody listening online, what we're doing is we're going to go through why articles are important. We're going to go through the articles, the purpose of the articles, not the content of the articles. So I'm going to preface this with this. This is Danny B Producing putting out as much value as he can, but also being severely limited in his capacity with hours. And so like these are like my articles are going to get better. My articles will get better, but I have 4 of them out now, so I have some pretty good information to report back. Listen, Spotify, YouTube, if you guys aren't here in the live show on X, you guys are missing out. We literally have conversations happening. Claim Your Souls, talking to Mobius, throwing them up on screen. Thank you guys for keeping the chat engaged. If you guys want to share this out, we're going to start dropping some really premium information. So if you guys could start tagging people, sharing these in your communities, sharing the live stream, I mean, then when even if they come in late, they'll be able to see the recording. Yeah, Mobius had a late night working. He's recovering. He's listening to Danny B producing talk about articles. Listen, I want to shout out Mobius. Mobius is a paid subscriber in my community. I have a Discord community that's 100% free, but because of people like Mobius, I can do my content ad free. And because of people like Mobius, I can keep my Discord open and have free value because Mobius is helping keep my internet bill turned on. So thank you, Mobius. If you're listening and you guys want to support the channel, go to my Discord, click on my magic link. It's in my bio everywhere. I'll put it in the show notes. I'll put it in the comments. Go to my page, discord.gg/capital Q 6 capital F capital T lowercase y 4 lowercase z as in zeta lowercase c as in cookie capital A. That is a magic link. That magic link will get you instant access to my Discord channel. That is free because of supporters like Mobius. Mobius, thank you again, dude. If you guys want to support, head on over to the Discord with the free magic link and sauce me up $9.99 a month. Or you can wait until I get monetized on X. That's fine too. All right, back from the shill, catching up on the conversation. Claim Your Souls. Clay says just finished work and come to X to check what's going on. Souls, this is what we like to see, man. Thank you for coming by. You finished your work. You came out. You're supporting. If you guys can do me a solid and send this live stream out to as many people as possible, tag some big creators. I need help getting this information out, and we're rapidly approaching 1,000 followers. So that's cool. All right. Without further ado, let's talk about why you need to start doing articles. Let's start at the top. The why you need to do it is because articles are they're unsaturated, meaning not a lot of people do them, so there's less competition. Less competition means you can have less quality in your article and still see results from them. All right. So I recognized that Grok, I didn't recognize this alone. Again, like I talked to people. I again, shout out Mobius. He's been doing some really great work and helping me kind of develop some of these ideas. But the cool part is from learning what Mobius is doing and what Click is doing and what these NFT projects are doing, I'm able to replicate what's working for them. But I don't have an incentive like a token or an NFT, right? I don't have a way for people to give me $1,000 and then, keep me alive for the year. My value is that I help people that want to monetize or get community members or whatever. My value is in helping them get there. So I'm just kind of like a connector, I just connect people together. So articles are important because there's not a lot of competition. And because the ones that are posting articles, they're not very good. So if you can do 2 things, then you will see a huge increase in your engagement and your impressions, which again, we're going to relate this to just strictly monetization. Most people are listening to me. They want to make money. So if you want to get the blue check mark and then you want to get the subscription badge and the tip button and the memberships rolling, before you can do that, you need 2,000 verified followers. In order to get the sub button, you need let's go to monetization right here. Subscriptions. You need 2,000 verified followers 5 million organic impressions in the last 3 months, and then you have to be active, be 18, right? And then you can apply. And then you can just apply, right? Now, to be eligible for creator revenue sharing, you need 500 primo followers and then 5 million impressions. I'm almost at this one, but I am not. Most people will be like, oh, Danny's got the check mark, he's monetized. Brother, I am not, right? I have to go to my analytics. I have 521 verified followers. I need 2,000 verified followers to get that subscription button. So my only goal, the only reason I'm doing these live streams, right, is to increase my verified followers because I'm trying to provide value. Cool. And then again, like a lot of the impression stuff, if you guys want to look at the 3 months and be like, oh, 5 million impressions, that's scary. Like, bro, I'm at 3 months. Here's my 3-month report. 551,000 impressions. That's over 500,000 organic impressions already done. So I'm what? 1/6 of the way to where I need to be to have the sub button. But the cool thing is that all I have to do is post articles and go live. I don't have to be a reply guy. I don't have to go out chasing clout. I don't have to be sitting in all these spaces that are taking up time. Yes. Here we go. After looking at what my goals were, right? I wrote an article about how to set goals. We're going to go through it. But because of my goals and paying my bills, right? To pay for the lights, to pay for the internet. Because of my goals, I need to monetize. To monetize on X, I need 2,000 verified followers. How do I get 2,000 verified followers? I could do a couple of things. I could just reply guy, max engage, brute force it. Right? Every day I was doing this when I met Mobius last week. Mobius can tell you this. I was retweeting everything and anything and just comment farming. You can that's called brute force. You can get those 55,000 daily impressions. Right? If you want to get 55,000 impressions a day, you can brute force it. And by brute force, I mean, again, you just go on, you find the top posts, you go to the list that everybody's posting on, and you do your money posts. But if you want to get verified followers, that is not going to, impression farming is not going to always convert to followers. And you need followers. You need the impressions and you need the followers. It's a two-pronged system. So after talking to Mobius literally just says it right here. You need 55,000 impressions a day. And he even says it's really easy to farm. And I'm going to throw up the second post for him. This is super important. If anybody needs the alpha on getting impressions, hit him up on my Discord. Mobius is in my Discord. He's there all the time. This dude is working. This dude is grinding. I literally, Mobius, I finished your paper. He wrote this whole paper that we're kind of working. I'm not working on, like he worked on 100%. This dude is like 100% legitimately one of the smartest people I'm trying to, Mobius, you made me want to go back to college, dude. I need to like go back to college to feel like I'm smart enough to even digest it. I was like dictionary. I had the dictionary open and I was looking at definitions. Dude, I can't wait to talk to you about my findings. So to get back to goals and impressions and like basically you start with the goal, right? I started with the goal of I want monetization to pay my bills. X tells me how to get monetization. X tells me directly how to do it. 2,000 verified followers, 5 million organic impressions in 3 months. So now my job is to get 5 million impressions and to get 2,000 verified followers. That's two different outputs. I get my impressions in the morning by reply guying and doing my money posts. If you don't know what a money post is, go check out literally anybody on X. Anybody will tell you what a money post is. I'm tired of talking about money posts. while you do your money posts, you have to create content. And I'm still exploring what this looks like, because today is the first day that I'm doing this type of content. I'm not going to give away all the alpha here, but like Mobius and I really align on a lot of what's going on these platforms. So I'm testing some of the stuff that we've been talking about. So today I put out this mega thread, right? I put out a mega thread today because that's my one hero post for the whole day, right? I've created a piece of original content that I hope is going to be analyzed and then shared out without saying really too much more. All right, let's get into articles. I do a lot of sidelines. I'm sorry. Again, shout out Mobius. He says that if anybody wants the alpha on getting impressions, hit me up on Danny's Discord. That is DBS, Danny Burger Studios Discord. If you scan the QR code in the top left corner, it says join the community, you'll get in. But I'm also on the screen putting up a QR code. That's right, we got QR codes. The show has already started, but the QR code is good. Screenshot me and send to friends. All right. So what is this QR code? Why should you scan it? If you're driving, pull over and then scan it. But this is the community that we're talking about. This is the community we're talking about. So if you want to talk to Mobius about getting impressions, or you want to talk to me about like what we're doing, and we sit in a hangout, we talk about content and like what makes good stuff, this is the place to do it. So while you guys click on that, I'm going to pull up articles and why you should be doing articles. Why you guys should be doing articles. Here we go. Join the community right there, pinned up. Okay. Mobius and Mobius sent me this stuff. It's funny how timing works, because I was doing these articles. I did like 1 or 2 articles, and then he sent me this really cool academically based paper on like algo and AI, and it was after I posted my thing about algo versus AI, and I was like, okay, cool. So my post did align with some of what he was saying, but what Mobius did a better job than I did at was putting into words how you need to reframe your mindset from creator to like he has an engineering mind. So Mobius has an engineering mind. I have an artistic mind, or an artistic mind. So what I really enjoyed about his paper was that he took the time to explain it as an academic, and then I took the time to learn his language, and it was like 11 pages, and it took me like 3 hours to go through, because I was looking up what the definitions of what he was saying were. And I've been doing content for a while. Okay, I'm going to throw it up because he said it. Engineer your network. I called it network architect. This is the word. Become a network architect. I am architect. I am network engineering right now. I'm engineering my network, because your network is your net worth. So right now, my network, according to Grok, because I've asked Grok, what is my network? It's not good. It's randoms. It's a bunch of bot accounts, a bunch of shill projects. Grok doesn't know who to serve me to. Grok's looking at my content and seeing big titty goth chicks, NFTs, and then Bitcoin news, and then making money online, and it's confused. I've confused Grok. I've officially confused one of the smartest things in the world, and that's entirely my fault. So what I've had to do now is I've had to engineer my network. I've had to start looking at my network and see who they're touching and who they're connected to, so that the content that they see and the content that, okay, let's start over. I want my content to be seen by certain people. For me to get that content seen by that person, I need it to go through a network. I need my post to go through a couple of followers to get to that person I'm trying to reach. Unless that person follows me and I'm very lucky and they have my notifs turned on, right? Like if Mr. Beast turns on Danny B notifications, then that's a direct, connection right there. But most of the time that's not the case. I'm tweeting at Mark Cuban, for example. Mark doesn't follow me. I follow him now, but like Mark, if I want Mark to see the content that I'm making, instead of mentioning him, instead of tagging him, instead of DMing him, which he, like, dude probably gets a million notifications a day. Instead, I can just create content about what I did with Mark Cuban. And then if enough people from the startup space and the Bitcoin space and the startup, founder space see it, they'll retweet it for me. They'll repost it for me. They'll share it. And then maybe Mark's admin will see it, or maybe one of Mark's investors will see it and be like, oh, Mark, I didn't even know you did this clip. I didn't even know you talked about this. Cause like people forget things. And I just put out a long thread, which I'm not shilling today. But the thread is an example of one hero post. I'm just going to call it the hero post. Mobius has his terms in his paper. Just like main character energy is what it all boils down to. You need to become the main character connector. That's why I'm using these terms, because I'm re-engineering my following. I'm going to start unfollowing some of these shills. I'm going to stop posting good mornings, stop wasting my time with stuff that doesn't perform. They're just hollow impressions. If you get 2,000 verified followers that are all fucking Dogecoin holders, and then you don't do a Dogecoin project, like, they're not going to join your community. They're not going to join your community. You're not providing them value. Why would they join your community? They're here for Doge. They followed you for like a Doge meme, and then you're telling them to pay $10 a month to subscribe to you. They're not going to subscribe to you, buddy, unless you're doing Doge giveaways. So back to articles. Look at all these notifications rolling in. I think it's starting to work. Yep, City Pop, Bitcoin. Nice. And this is what it actually takes. It takes this kind of meticulous, like, look, here's a VTuber. Here's an NFT guy, Web3 ambassador. Boom. Your network is your net worth. And I'm following people, and people are following me that I'm trying to get this stuff out to. Cool. All right. Let's go to articles, because I've been fucking not getting to the articles. You need to be doing articles. An article is just the same as a newsletter, is the same as a blog, is the same as a podcast. Take your podcast, make it a script. Take the script, make it a fucking blog. AI will do it. I'm not going to tell you guys how to cheat the system or how to use AI to fucking generate these. I used my newsletters that I wrote 5-6 years ago, and then I had Grok help me whip these up. Cool. So we'll start with my first article. I never did an article before. I posted this on November 15th. It's been 4 days. So we're going to look at the engagement. We're going to look at the metrics. We're going to look at the comments. We're going to actually audit this. We're going to audit this post, this article, so that you guys can see the mechanisms I'm using within the article. And you can actually see the mechanisms at play. You can see the articles at play in real time. Because when we talk about AI and we talk about algorithms, people don't visualize it. You need to visualize it. So this is how we're going to visualize, right? Here's my first article that I did before I met. Yes, Mobius, this just in. Let's talk my methods in a future stream pod. Yes, we will do that. 1,000% pinning. All right. Cool. So let's get into the data. Let's get into the feedback. This is pre-Mobius paper. I never read his paper. Me and Mobius were just hanging in Discord, shooting the shit. And I was like, we were just like, yo, let's do some articles, right? Or I was talking to him about articles. So I whipped this thing up because X this week has been announcing a whole bunch of updates. And I was looking up all these updates. Right. And I was confused. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So all I did was I looked at all the updates and I asked Grok to break it down for me. And then I took the updates and I gave them to them straight. Right. So you have XChat coming out. Twitter.com is retired. Profile transparency. There's some Grok updates and then additional features. You have X money, X, there's X everything, X Grokpedia, Grok, whatever. chat why these updates matter. So at the end of every article, I'm giving them why they matter directly for the person, right? What do you think? I'm asking a question at the end. I'm just giving structure, right? And then want more updates like these, join the community, ring the bell, right? You click it, you join the community. Sources based on recent X announcements. I like to put my sources. I think it gives you a little more credibility. This is just a really easy thing to do. I just asked Grok to find me the source, and then I checked the source on Google. And then if the Google and DuckDuckGo and 3 different things verified, then I put this little source here. These are based on the actual X announcements. So I know that what I'm saying isn't incorrect. It's a big part of authenticity and making good content. You have to make sure your shit's right. Half these spaces I listen to are just incorrect. So let's look at it holistically. You have the structure. So you have a really good title, X updates rolling out in late 2025. It's late 2025, and then the X updates are out. And this is a guide for who? It's a guide for content creators on X looking to grow. Answer the question, man. Stop baiting people to get to the end. Tell people up front what you're doing. So then we have the introduction. You get them with a title, put whatever picture you want at the top. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. People are going to min-max this. Get it out. 20-80 rule. If you don't know what the 20-80 rule is, go learn. 20-80 rule everything. This is Danny B Producing's 20-80 rule, 20-80 output right here. This is me 20-80ing it. I took the features, I asked Grok a couple questions, and then I rewrote it in my voice. I intro it out. You got to establish your authority right off the rip. Hey, I'm a previous producer for these people. And then what I've been doing, I've been building on X for a few weeks, and it's shaping up good. Let's break it down. Who's checking out these features, right? You want to lead them in with something. Who's checking them out? You guys have seen the like little gifs coming out from X Chat, X Grokpedia, and Wiki, whatever AI Grok keywords, right? All I did was put them together, right? So at the top, I'm just saying, hey, I'm Danny. I know where the good news is, and I'm going to give it to you straight. First good news coming out right away. Right away. X Chat, secure messaging. Everybody hates chats, right? Nobody knows where to chat. They're losing their shit. Right. Boom. Voice and video calls. You can pin protect it. It's available on iOS and web, right? I'm breaking it down. This is just whatever Elon had announced. I just rewrote it, right? Call me. Twitter.com. I gave the second update. It's down. They phased out. If somebody clicks on that link, it'll be dead. So somebody's going to click the link. I'm going to get a click. That's cool. If your account was linked to the old domain, you might get login problems. I'm warning people about what they can expect or what happened. Don't miss out. Make the change today. Enhanced, and then you go through Grok updates, right? And I give them a little lowdown. Like, it's not a lot. It's 20% to get 80% of the results. I'm telling them about what they can do. They can change the voices. They can do image generation, right? And then additional features coming out. You have quotes, you have accessibility, API, and then on the horizon, X money. Nobody knows what it is, but there's an account made for it. So I've already mentioned it. And then why? You want to end every article with why the fuck does this matter? You've told them at the front what it is. If they are a content creator wanting to grow on X, here's 7 things you can do or 7 things to look at. And then at the end, you got to tell them why that matters. So whether you're producing an NFT or you're doing an esports event, you need to make better content. You need to post it out. That's what I'm saying here. And then I ask the people what they think. Leave your thoughts in the comments, share it with your network, and tag a creator. And then I tell people to steal it, and you do a sign off. Danny B Producing, signing off. 1 updates, boom. That's article 1. 1,574 views. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 quote tweets. 8 quotes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reposts. And then we have a bunch of likes. A bunch of likes. Still going up. Still going up. So that's article number 1. And that was just what clued me into like, wait a minute. Why is this doing better than most things? And then when you think about what Musk is saying and what AI is doing, they're going to layer on top of this algorithm. They're going to put the algorithm is the algorithm. Forget the word for a minute. You have everything that exists right now that is the X platform. Now add on top of that Grok reading and analyzing every single thing, minute by minute, second by second. You put a feed out. If you only put 140 characters and you say, I am a live stream producer because I am good, Grok has no context. It's not going to take your word for it. There's no proof. But now you have an article where you have unlimited characters. You can put it unlimited media. You can link your Discord. You can link your community. You can put mentions. You can use all the tools they have. You can write the post with Grok itself. You can use the platform to create the article. I just used the platform's tools that they had to give me more characters, to give me more real estate. This is a whole page dedicated to me. It's a whole page dedicated to my audience. Elon's financial department. Sorry to infringe on the privacy. So that's the first post, and this is just something that, like, of course it's pinned, so it's doing better. I've been shilling it in some shill and chills, right? But the other posts are performing, with the exception of goal setting. That's why we're talking about goals. When I start talking about goals and pulling clips, we should see some engagement going up, right? Because now Grok has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different deep dives into who Danny B producing is. He's claiming he's got 15 years of producing live streams for these people and what he's doing, right? And then Grok can connect my bio, my title, my post to all of these things that I'm talking about and start drawing correlations between what I'm talking about and then people who want to learn, right? So let's see, like, an article from yesterday was the Cloudflare just nuked X, ChatGPT, and my entire income for hours. And then I give them, again, 7 outage proof tips on how not to lose communication with your audience, right? And again, you wrap it with a join my community. There's comments. You know, I should be going in here and commenting on all of these. But if you're listening on Spotify, there's a video companion. You guys want to, like, check out this VOD later because we're going through the analytics. To wrap this up, because we're rapidly approaching the 1 hour mark here, and this is a really dense episode. To wrap it up, you guys need to start by setting a simple goal. How do you set a simple goal? You have 2 options. You can read my article, 7 goal setting rules that turn my live streams into a revenue machine, now published on X. You can read it in your own time, bookmark it for later, and it'll tell you how to find your why. Or you can just listen to me right now, and I'll just tell you. Set a goal that's tangible. For me, it's making $2,000 a month revenue from my content. How do you make revenue from your content on X? What's up, Duck? Duck, I'm going to finish this thought and I'll get back to you. Everybody go give Ducky a follow. So I want to make $2,000 a month revenue from my content. In order to make that, I need to be monetized. How do you get monetized? You need 2,000 verified followers and you need 5 million organic impressions. How do you do that? You write articles, you go live, and you reply meaningful content. And then you talk with your community and you build connections, you build relationships, you do the work. You hit your 55,000 impressions through your replies on your monies, and then you use your day to create content that needs to reach those 2,000 verified followers. You want to make your content for those 2,000 people. That is the wrap up of the episode. Why you should be doing articles. This is also just the title of the episode for this is the year Grok takes over the algorithm. I don't think it's going to take it over. I forget the terms in the lingo. Like, I just think Grok is going to go on top of this thing and just everything you're saying now is going to be listened to by not a human. And then you have this machine that can put your content where it needs to go if you teach it who you are. All right. If you're listening on Spotify and you're still here, I want you to comment. I'm still here in the comments. If you're on YouTube, same thing. If you're on X, throw up the comments right now because we're live. I'm going to give you guys a shout out if you guys comment right now. If you want to join the show, guys, you got to be here on X. It's a place to be. It's where I'm streaming. I throw up your comments. I throw up your stuff, and I can review your pages. Let's talk to the chat for another couple minutes here. Duck, sorry I came in late. Do you recommend responding to all of your comments or posting ghosts? Respond to everything. Respond to everything for now. If you put something out and people respond to it, you should pay them back with a response unless their response doesn't warrant a reward. AKA somebody posts he's cooking or just active. You don't have to reply to those. But if you post a duck video and then somebody says, wow, this made my day, you should be commenting back 1,000%. 1,000% you should be commenting on that person. They care about you. They posted. Don't post and ghost on the homies, I guess, is the TLDR. Like, post and ghost on, like, the bot accounts, it's fine. But, like, where do I post and ghost? Here's where I post and ghost. My money posts. I post the money post, and I usually will not respond to the comments that it gets because it's not valuable to me. I'm not trying to connect with those people. I'm trying to connect with the creator, or I'm trying to reach new fans. So I won't reply to comments on my money posts. But if I'm, like, for example, I posted my mega thread today. My mega thread will get, anybody who responds to the mega thread will be responded to directly in a comment when I get to it. Because I want to build out, here's a little primo alpha. Here's my thread. What was I trying to say here? Here's my thread. It's designed to be chunked up chat rooms. See how all of these have a different bubble? Each one of these bubbles is a different conversation that branches out. I want to get as many of these little bubbles to have as big of a number as I can. So I'm going to comment and keep eliciting responses. I'm going to keep asking questions. I'm going to keep trying to grow that bubble. There you go, Mobius. Yep, build that network. That person likes you. They might repost you in the future. Right. A like is an easy, frictionless indicator to Grok that they're interested. A reply means they spent some time. If they quote it and they write some words about it, the more words they write about it, the more context your content gets, the better. Right? So what I did with this mega thread was I created all these little conversational bubbles. So at the top, I hook them in. This is where I get the crypto people and the Omegle trolls, right? I have some GIFs for the stock traders. I've got the PR piece, right? This is just a piece that validates who we worked with. Here's like a screenshot. We have more clips. All of these are made so that you can go and quote them and start tagging other people. They're created. This is engineered, right? Mocap. And then when I quote it, I can put up a different. Here we go. You already see, like, this guy quoted, didn't know it was a professional mocap actor. It's now they have a piece of content that they can take from your big mega thread and they can just start quoting this out, right? This Cuban quote. Somebody could go and try to get Cuban's attention for me, right? Somebody could go and tag Benedict Cumberbatch for me. Somebody could go and get James Franco tagged for me. Mark Cuban, this is an old clip. He might want that. All of these are segmented pieces, and then this is my call to action. If you want to do this, DM tokens, and then I go to the bottom, but nobody's probably DM'd. Yeah, right? Right. Yes, threads are big for SEO. So that's my piece of hero content today. That's what I really wanted to come on here and talk about. I'm not on here to talk about my articles themselves, although you should be reading them and sharing them because it helps me and it helps you. Because if you share my articles, then it's going to get you guys more verified followers because I'm posting for verified followers. Stop reposting people's good morning posts and start reposting stuff like mega threads. Start reposting stuff like this so that it can get into the view of hundreds of people. right? This is getting 533 views, but the top part of it only has 150. So it's giving me other vectors. It's giving me other touch points where these videos and this has 214. It has more than the original post because this part is being shared more than the other parts, right? And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to analyze which parts performed best. And I'm going to start engineering each bit, right? All right. Let's stop sharing. Let's go big or go home. Let's close this out strong, fam. Does anybody have any questions for me? On this live stream, just so you guys can know, if you're listening on Spotify, we also had 79 other people come in and join the stream today. Most of them chatting, most of them talking. If you're not here because it's a bad time of day, let me know because I might start doing more streams at different times. But if there's no chats, if there's no questions, what I'm going to do is play out to a little bit of music and I'm going to throw up a QR code. I want you guys to scan this QR code, join this Discord community, and if you want to go big and really help me out, you're going to screenshot a still, and I'll do it too. And we're just going to have people. All right, clip it. Clip it. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to send that to your friends and say, Danny's inviting you. Come join. It's free because of people like Mobius. Scan the QR code. It glows when it scans and people will see it. And then people will see you join. Join in. And when I post these things, you don't have to worry about missing them. It's in the Discord. Join the Discord. Join the community. Because if Cloudflare goes out, you can talk to me right here. I'm putting it, shameless plug, right here. I respond not on XChat. I don't respond anywhere 100% because they're still figuring their shit out right here. Get in there. Add me. Add me. Cool. Scan the QR code. You guys are awesome. Big shout outs to Duxon X on X. Big shout outs to Mobius. My dude, you're a mad scientist, bro. I can't wait to do a pod with you. Claim Your Souls, thanks for showing up. OMO, thanks for showing up. OZAIBTC, please change your fucking name, dude. Please change your name. Make it easy. Niccolo Machiavelli. That's easy. Rolls off the tongue. Niccolo Machiavelli. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, I have the rest of the day now to go and publish this content while my mega thread gets me views and gets me new followers. So like while people are sharing my content, while people are talking about my random NFT projects I've done, and like hopefully somebody big like Mark sees this, or somebody like Anthony Pompliano from Bitcoin sees this, somebody sees this, maybe Joe Rogan sees it, right? Joe Rogan interviews Danny Berger about making a let me take this QR code because maybe I could just do this. Joe, if you want to talk to somebody who's built VTubers and like NFT projects and can give you the alpha, as the kids say, hit my line. If you guys want to see me on the Joe Rogan experience, then I guess we just got to get Joe to see these clips. And in order to do that, you guys got to share my content. If you guys are going to share my content, I got to make good content. So, gang, I'm going to leave you with some motivation today. Every time you post, take a second, count to 10, and ask yourself, who do I want to see this post? And what do I want them to do once they see this post? So, for example, I want Joe Rogan to see this, me asking to be on his show. So how is he going to see that? I'm going to talk about him. I'm going to ask my community to go and just share this content, go show him the live stream, or I'll make some clips and we'll put them out. Tag them in the comments here. You guys could literally tag them here and Grok might find it and serve it to him. So that's what I'm trying to do. You guys can do the same thing. Cool. Stop waiting for things to happen. Stop sitting in these follow rooms. Make a hero post. First, here's your steps. Here's your 3 steps you're going to do today. 1, come up with a goal. 2, make a plan to achieve the goal. 3, start working on the plan. Plan the work the plan. My grandpa used to say it. He's still alive. He just doesn't say it anymore. Plan the work the plan. All right. 84 views on the live stream. We almost hit 100. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you aren't subscribed to me or followed, if you're not following me on X, please, it's at Danny B Producing. I'm trying to hit 1,000 followers right now at the time of recording. We are at 869, maybe 869. So hopefully the next time we get the pod going, I should want to have like 1,000 followers. But thank you guys again for tuning in. As always, I'm your host, Danny B Producing. Stop fucking around, go make something happen, build some cool shit. I'll see you in the community.